This idea has been done before, but I think it's unique enough. I think it's certainly interesting to a lot of players. It's like a 1 mana cycle for most decks, and then it works very well with discard synergy. It's like controlled discard in a way that doesn't feel in your face. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Not sure what the flavor on this card should be. Still thinking about it. Taste test or something. Should probably have a simple name. Like Incant or something. Man, I've never heard this song before. This is apparently the GVG theme. I don't know where this music was even used in. me see if I have any art in my folder that would fit. I'm not feeling that potion art too much. Maybe this one's slightly better. They didn't really have... I mean, I guess this could actually go in Mean Streets, actually. I think that would work well. Because they had potions in Mean Streets. So they had Unlicensed Apothecary, Fellfire Potion. I mean, potions were kind of the Cabal theme. Some chemically named like titration. Test reaction. I'm sure there's a good name that I can't think of. Ooh. Okay, I'm trying to adjust this volume. Tell me if that's good. I think that might be a bit loud. I'm probably talking a bit quiet too. I'll move my mic close. I always talk quiet. I don't know why. Chemistry related lab terms. I wonder if this will pop up with anything. Glossary of laboratory diagnostic terms. Oh gosh, these are really some jargon. Maybe like chemistry kit or something. Or maybe just mixology. I don't think there's a card called that in the game. Nope, okay, I like mixology. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't stream yesterday. I was just, I don't know, pretty tired, wanted a break. So, I'm probably not going to consider myself 10 cards behind. We'll just say that I missed a day. But we are still like 3 cards behind, but that's fine. We can make that up probably this weekend because I usually stream long on the weekends. No, you're not coming at the end of the stream. Just started actually. Welcome, by the way. Alright, I have an idea for a Whispers of the Old Gods card. Here we go. It's called Unnaturalized. 40 token cards. Yeah, Nogor. I saw that. I actually like started clicking through them and I was just like, I think it's like some single player tavern brawl or something. I just like, I don't know. I never look at those. Okay, people might hate me for this, but this is a druid spell. Believe it or not, it's a epic druid spell from Whispers of the Old Gods. You made a card. Yeah, sure. Feel free to post it. I'll take a look at it and give you my thoughts. I know, Nogor. It's like, I just love when stuff like little here and there is like obviously out of class identity. I used to hate it. It used to bug me so much. Like when Knights of the Frozen Throne got released, I felt like they were kind of mixing up class identities a bit too much, but I think it's really interesting actually. Or like how they reprinted Primal Fin Champion as test subject and priest. I just love that card so much. Obviously this is different, but This is like naturalized but reversed. I think Knights of the Frozen Throne. Hold on. I rated. I like rated all the expansions with like a tier list. You might have seen that. It was in general. Everyone was rating the expansions. Let me see what I rated Knights of the Frozen Throne at, because I actually don't remember. Okay, here we go. I rated it as B tier out of the S, A, B, C, D. Yeah, my ratings no one agreed with. Illidan, Chosen One. Okay. Hold on, let me just get the stream set up for this. Okay, cool. Alright, Illidan, Chosen One. Okay, so immediately, it just strikes me that this card is like... Just like Illidan Stormrage, but like uncorrupted. I think it fits very well with Whispers of the Old God theme, because Paladin's theme was like going against the darkness, and so my limited knowledge of Illidan Stormrage, this seems to fit. Also, wow, Illidan Stormrage is an actual Wikipedia page. I'm looking for the Hearthstone page because I'm checking to see if he's a demon, because I'm not sure if this should be a demon. Okay, so he is a demon. It sounds like you probably know WoW lore better than I do, so like, yeah. If it shouldn't be a demon, then whatever. So this is exactly the same exact stat line, 6 minutes and 5. Okay, on to the effect. Whenever you play a card, give a random friendly minion +2/+1. Okay, so it's like it's like directly parallels the normal Illidan, but I actually like the effect a decent amount. I'm trying to think if there's a way to make it more legendary, because Illidan Stormrage, just the default card. Like, some of the classic legendaries are pretty boring, but by the time you got to Whispers of the Old Gods, stuff started getting pretty crazy. I'm just trying to think if there's a way to make it more interesting. I think it's pretty cute, yeah. I think I agree with what Nogor says. I think it works well. Paladin definitely has buffing themes. You know, it like parallels Illidan like 1-to-1, so it's a very like, I think players would like this card. I'm just trying to think if there's a way to make it more interesting. I'm gonna look at Paladin's Whispers of the Old Gods set, just to see if there's any like mechanical themes they had going for that you could follow. So they had a little bit of buffing. They had Divine Strength, which was +1/+2. They had Light in the Darkness, some Divine Shield stuff. I mean, I just like its simplicity, and we really haven't seen it whenever you play a card since the Classic, right? It's just questing adventure and it's just questing adventure and Illidan, right? I'm just gonna verify that. And Keening Banshee, I guess. So actually, I kind of like this card. Yeah, I think it works well actually. I'm a fan. I like the art too. It's very nice. So yeah, I don't really have any ideas for improvement immediately, but I would just say, like, if you could spice it up while somehow maintaining the parallel, I think it would be very cool. I think it's very in line with the other Whispers of the Old God, like corrupted / uncorrupted legendaries. Like, you just take the pre-existing card and just like +1 it basically, like Hogger, Doom of Elwyn, or Nat the Darkfisher. I think a lot of those cards were not super high complexity, just because their primary purpose was to like be a parallel to the previous card, and I think they did it well. So there's got to be some really good art for this unnaturalized card. I know this card is so dumb, but I feel like it fits well in Whispers of the Old God. Okay, here's a pretty good art. It's like a corrupted Treant. Your PC just restarted. Yeah, you can rewind the stream, or I can just recap it mainly. I like the card a lot. I think that it parallels really well. I think it fits in line with both Paladin's Whispers of the Old Gods theme and the Whispers of the Old Gods legendary kind of like corruption things. But yeah, I like the card. I think it does well at what it's trying to do. This is probably the best art we're gonna get because there's not a ton of like corrupted art. Most of it's like fan made stuff. So yeah, I'll just find the art source on this and probably call this one done. There's probably not much. Yeah, feel free to rewind for more details. There's probably not much ways I can tweak this card because it just like directly quotes Naturalize. So this is official art from Dota 2. So official art is usually a bit tough to see or find a source for. Let's see. Oh, I think I found it actually. Oh no, this is fan art. Nope, it's not. It's not fan art. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I can't find the official art for this, but it's Dota 2 official art. So, I'm pretty sure it's Dota 2 official art at least. It's on like one of the wiki pages, so I guess it could still be fan art. I don't know. Yeah, no, I agree, Stather. Like, this card is pretty dumb. I kind of like bleeding class identities, and also it's Whispers of the Old Gods. And a very slight piece of evidence pointing towards Drew being able to get this card is Astral Communion, which, to be fair, was a very different flavor of discard than the way Warlock does it. And additionally, like, it was more mechanical than flavorful thing. I agree that this card is definitely has its faults, and yeah, Nagor. Someone I posted this in the Discord, and someone brought that up. Industrialize. So yeah, I'm gonna hit create. It's pretty dumb, but sometimes you gotta make some dumb cards. Oop. Okay, I have an idea for a minion. I'm not sure how to exactly word the effect, but basically it can't attack. Everyone always says that when that pops up on the left Nogor. It's pretty funny. I don't really remember, honestly. I think we were just like playing around with stat lines, and then we popped up with that, and then I was like, wait, this is just 1 minute power creep on Mogushan Warden, and then I was like, well, it would be fun to make this card on stream, so we just we just did it. I'm pretty sure that's why. But so this card can't attack if this took damage on your opponent's last turn. So I'm not sure if this is the best way to word this. The other way I was thinking of is after this takes damage, set attack to 0 until the end of your turn. I feel like this is a probably clunkier wording. so I'm not exactly sure. Oh god, that's loud, sorry. I'm trying to turn this down a little bit. Okay. This is also apparently the TGT theme. I don't know where these musics come from because I never have heard the official expansion themes in game. But yeah, I probably like the other wording better. Can't attack if this took damage on your opponent's last turn. So basically they can neutralize it by like pinging it or something, and it'll like temporarily freeze it. It's kind of like what? Oh, Quartz Elemental. Oh, actually, hold on. I just realized something. I think that. Oh my god, it's Reno's theme. I think that an identical effect is after this takes damage, freeze it. Oh, it's actually slightly different. After this takes damage on your opponent's turn. Yeah, it's similar to Quartz Elemental. Actually, if you make this a Shaman card, not like in a overtly trying to push freeze this. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Not in like an overtly trying to push freeze Shaman way, but just in like a subtle synergy way. Elemental? Yeah. I'm trying to think of flavors. I mean, something icy, obviously. But, oh, by the way, welcome, Scarlon. A reverse of the 6-mana 8/8 Glacial Crusher. Yeah. This could be an Ungoro, or maybe, I don't know. Tough to say, actually. This could probably be a common. I'm just looking for art right now. I'm not sure what expansion it should go on. I mean, technically, Ungoro, because that's when elementals were introduced, but... I don't have a name in mind. I mean, obviously, I think it's going to be some sort of frost guy. There's this art, which is pretty good. What's the name for winter? Like the official name? Something like equinox or something. Maybe winter is the official name. I was trying to think if there's a more like sciencey name for it. Maybe something Sub-Zero. Or Cold Snap. I always like Cold Snap. Wait, isn't there a card called Cold Snap? I never know. Oh no, it's Snap Freeze. Frost Flake. I like that too. He kind of looks like a snowflake, or she kind of looks like a snowflake. I feel like it kind of looks like a genie, right? How is it pronounced? Ginny. I'm trying to look up. Okay, so genie. It's pronounced genie. I don't know. I think they are elementals in Hearthstone. Benevolent Jinn is elemental. Ginny, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think this works, right? Jinn, like this, Frost like Ginny. I was wondering. Yeah, I think this is good. Nah, usually. I mean, there's like two Ginny in Hearthstone, right? There's the 5-mana 4/6 spell copy guy, and then there's the 3-mana 2/4 restore health. And I mean, like, Alakir is also Ginny, right? So. Or maybe not, but very similar. Alakir is an elemental god or whatever. And Alakir is pretty, like, raw power, if you ask me. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go with this for now. I guess we'll go Kobolds since. What did Shaman get in Kobolds? Some elemental stuff, some totem stuff, Windshear Stormcaller. I think this can probably even be bigger, like 6/9, honestly. They can permanently keep this at bay very easily by just pinging it 1 damage. Like, obviously it's weaker against certain classes, but it's a pretty sizable downside. Actually, I'd probably prefer it to be like 4 mana. Or honestly like 3 mana and then just nerf it a little bit. Like 5/6. Because you don't want to like commit a lot and then have your opponent just able to shut it down. And here you can like maybe give it taunt someone easy or something. Also, I'm thinking about just making it neutral actually. Now that I think about it, I think it should be neutral. Because it has like 0 synergy with Shaman cards. The only card it synergizes with is Marabi. Now that it's neutral, it can synergize with like Silence. It can synergize with Taunt Givers more. Just general elemental decks. And actually, I think I'm now going to make it 4 mana. Because I think 4 mana was the elemental, like, that's where there was like no elementals in Ungoro. So there's 13 4-cost elementals. Oh, there's only 9 3-cost elementals. Okay, I'll keep it at 3 then. Good luck, Stather. Hopefully people like it. Okay. I think I'm gonna go 3 mana 5/6 Kobolds. I'll find the art source on this though. This art is by McLean Kendry, McLeanKendree. Yeah. Sometimes the subreddit can be very cruel. Okay. I want to revisit a really old card I made. This was a neutral epic mech in a mech focused expansion, so you do need to keep that in mind. But it had Alarmabot's effect, but it's battle cry, so swap places with a random minion in your hand. So obviously this is probably really too strong right now, but like let's say 7 mana. 7/7 or something, I don't know. I haven't thought about the stats. The stats are a bit weird because it only ever comes into play if you don't have a minion in your hand. Yeah, exactly. It's basically a big card, big as in the deck archetype. Yep, exactly. It's a it was supposed to be like a callback to that card. I'm looking for a specific art that I think would go well, but I can't remember if we used it on a card in the stream before. Death Rattle. So your opponent can't react to it. That's true. Death Rattle is a bit weird though because Death Rattles actually trigger like after a minion dies. So it would have to not be swap places at that point. It would have to be just like summon random minion from your hand. It's like the shaman spell with a different cost. Eureka. Let me think. So your Eureka is 6 mana, summon a copy of a random minion from your hand, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I'm not the best either, but okay, I found the art I was looking for. I don't think we used this card on the art before. I'm pretty sure that we were about to use it and then didn't, because I just looked through and I couldn't find it. But this is by Daniel Kudryavstev. So I don't think it works with Death Rattle. Alright. I'll try to iron out this card. So it doesn't work with Death Rattle because of the swap thingy. How bad would 7 and a 7/7 Death Rattle summon a random minion from your hand be? I feel like there's a card that does something very similar to that that I don't remember. There's Piloted Reaper, Boom Ship, and Eureka. All three of those are Boomstay. I think this card definitely should be Boomstay, considering we're also going for a mech theme. Challenge. Design a card that interacts with hero powers. Okay. I'll probably do that after this. So if you're playing a big deck, I feel like this is fair as a big card. You're getting like minor little mana discounts here and there. I think it's fine as is at 7/7/7 actually, because you really only have a couple options like 8 mana, 9 mana, 10 mana. Is this a Karazhan song? It is. It's the one night Karazhan theme. That's funny. It sounds like a boogie song. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this. I don't think it's really that unfun to play against because it's really just giving you mana discounts here and there. Okay, a card that interacts with hero powers. This is probably unfun, but players must use their hero power once before playing cards each turn. Because ultimately this just like prolongs games. It's like overload 2 for both players every single turn, which kind of sucks. Breaks the game. That's what. No, probably it'll probably just let players play cards, but I don't think it's ultimately that interesting. Is there a better way to do Mindbreaker? Like Mindbreaker better? trying to think of a way to incentivize both players to use their hero power in like a good productive way. One time Scorp made this weird card that was like battle cry, pin a card on the back of your hero power. It's like you could only play it after it used your hero power. It's kind of whack, but I wonder if there's something we can do with this where something that interacts with the quote unquote back of your hero power. I mean, is hero powers triggered twice? Like, so out of the 9 classes, it works well with Shaman, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior. Shaman, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior. Druid, and Warlock. It works also pretty good with Priest. It works pretty good with Mage. I don't think it'll do random targets. I think it'll just deal 1 damage to the same enemy based on the way Brand works. Rogue it's like useless with. And I don't think it's broken with any of the Death Knight hero powers except maybe Uther, but I don't think that's a concern. I mean, each player's or both. I'm not sure the exact wording, but I think it should be Knights of the Frozen Throne card, and it should be like the parallel to Mindbreakers, like a 3-mana 5/2. Is that dumb to make it like such a direct parallel? Call it Mind Shaker. Mind Maker. Wait, I just realized Mind Breaker. Okay, what's the opposite of mind? Body. What's the opposite of break? Build. Mind Breaker is just the opposite of Bodybuilder. So this card has to be called Bodybuilder. No, I'm just kidding. This could be in TGT or Knights of the Frozen Throne. I guess it just depends on what flavor we go for. It doesn't need to be a 3-mana 5/2 either. I probably prefer it at 4 mana. Like 4 mana 4/4. If we make it like a Mindbreaker parallel, it just looks low effort, I think. So I think we'll do TGT. It works better with Inspire anyway. Not that Inspire decks were ever a thing, but like I think it synergizes better with Inspire than it does with Death Knight hero powers, because the idea of an Inspire deck is that you're playing stuff on curve, so that at least this would be useful before turn 9. But if you're playing this at Knights of the Frozen Throne, then like it's a mediocre card before you play your Death Knight, and you have to wait till turn 9 to play it. So that's why I like it in TGT better, because this would theoretically trigger Inspire twice. Actually, I don't know if it would, but regardless, you want to be using your hero power, so. Hero Powder. Your next hero power triggers twice. Welcome back. Here's the hero power card. Your challenge. Oh god, this is potent with Rag. It's a bit similar to Clockwork Automaton. Oh, actually, I know what art I want to use for this, I think. I think I want to use the art of that one Matt Dixon TGT wallpaper type of thing. Like either of these two guys. I think I like this guy. You think he's Chad? I'm almost certain this art is by Matt Dixon, by the way. It's his style. Oh, actually, hold on, wait. I found like an expanded version of this art. There might be a different character we can use from this art. By the way, I don't mean to zoom in this much. Oh my gosh, the full size of this thing is 9,000 by 5,000. Oh my gosh, Hearth cards cannot handle that big of a picture. Okay. Okay, so this art has, oh, I don't think I like that. I have to download it, hold on. Okay, so this art has, we could do this guy, we could do this guy, or we could do this girl. I almost like this one the best, but it's kind of cut off by the end, so I kind of just like this guy. Good catch. It should be hero power. Each player's hero power triggers twice. Oh, the reason it was plural is because before it was just hero powers triggered twice. But then I added the each player for clarity. Can we just like two-time champion or something? Two-time champ. Or just returning champ. Which one do you like better? Returning champ or two-time champ? Or none of the above. Two-time. I kind of like two-time better. It's got some consonants. Cool. Alright, I think I like this. I haven't thought about balance, but I'm pretty sure it's balanced. It's a symmetric effect after all, and you probably don't get to use it first. Okay. I have a really weird idea. Oh my gosh, this card just frustrates me a lot. Not only is it like busted, but like a 0-mana combo card has like no purpose to exist. Oh gosh. It's the Gadgetzan theme. Okay. I never rate them. Also, I don't have an account. Okay. During your turn, your deck takes damage instead of your hero. There's a Warlock card. So it instead of your hero taking damage, you burn cards from your deck. It's kind of crazy. Do you think it's funny? Oh no. I think that's probably fine. Your minions with 0 less health can't die on your turn. Oh yeah, I've seen stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. Or your minions can have negative health on your turn, something like that. There's like a corrupted Murloc art that I always like. I'm trying to find it. Good question. So if you take 2 damage, if your hero were to take 2 damage, your deck would no, not minions in your deck. Your deck just destroys 2 cards basically. I can add a reminder text in italics, which is not really reminder text because it's like a new effect, but oh wow, I can't find this Murloc art. I just searched the entire art gallery. It's like an undead Murloc. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Yeah, I found it. Okay. This art is by oh, James Loy Martin. The card in your deck eater. You know, that's actually really interesting. Nogor. You can actually sometimes use the name of a card as a way to clarify its mechanics. So there's this art, but if we want to go with like card eater, there's actually a pretty good art for that. Here we go. I'm not sure how well the cards will show up in this art. But there is cards like floating around in this art. Alternatively, you can just put this italics like this. I don't want that on the same line. Oh, is it not gonna fit on the bottom line? Oh no. Ah! Okay, remove the font size. Remove that. Okay. I think the reminder text makes it too much. I think this card is a bit unrealistic to be in the game, but or you could just word it as like damage to your hero destroys cards in your deck instead. Yeah, this is probably better. This is like it's fully clear what the effect does. Okay, now for the name. Something the Devourer, probably. Devourer. Yeah, that's what I usually do. I think I'm gonna go like 3 mana 4/3, I guess, because it's kind of like a Zulaki card. And for set, I'll probably go Witchwood, because they had some self-damage cards in Witchwood. Oh no, wait, it's kind of like anti-synergy with Witchwood cards. I'll just put it classic then, because it doesn't really exist anywhere. This card is kind of like anti-synergy with a lot of things, but Dear Guba. Notable demons. Hakkar? What the heck? Oh, Hakkar the Houndmaster. There's 2 Hakkars? What the heck? Not to be confused with Hakkar the Soulflare. That's so weird. Archimond, Kazakh, Kil'jaeden, Mal'Ganis. I guess they just kind of have like Garbus. Okay, Garbus. That's probably good. Go with Garbus the Devourer. Okay, an idea for a card. Or an idea for a text box. can't attack heroes until this has killed the minion. Probably a common pack filler. No. It's just like, you just can't attack heroes. Like, it's not an option. Once you attack minions, then you'll be able to attack heroes. Like, it'll be an option. I feel like this is just better than, like, can't attack heroes. Yeah. Maybe like a 3-mana 2/6. Maybe like a beast too. This could just be like an Ngoro pack filler. Yeah, the flavor. So the original flavor I thought of was just like. The original flavor I thought of was like. A soldier in training. But what about something like a flightless pterodax? Like, the idea is that it has to take off by killing a minion. You think it's okay? I want to see if there's better pterodax art. I don't know actually what pterodax looks like, really. I think they're more pterodactyl looking. This might be fine though. Yeah, there's not really there's kind of a shortage of pterodax art, so this is probably fine. This art is, oh boy, it's Smite art, everyone's favorite. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find the official art since it is Smite art, but use that information how you will to find the art source yourself. Alright, cool. A simple pack filler. Okay, so Rogue has a 5-mana 3/4 weapon, and it's considered bad, right? What would a 4/5 weapon be costed at? So 3/4 weapon is a total of 12 damage. 4/5 is a total of 20. Is 6 fair? It seems like a small jump in mana. 8? You think 8? I think maybe 7 probably before. I would say 7 before 8. Okay, so 12 divided by 5 is 2.4. So 2.4 damage per mana. I'm doing some math, Malgor. Some amazing math. Where 20 divided by 6 is 3 3.3. Okay, what about 20 divided by 7? I have a calculator. I'm just... Okay. 20 divided by 7 is like 2.8. For reference, like Fiery War Axe pre-nerf was like 2 mana, or the 6 damage for 2 mana was 3 damage per mana. The new Fire War Axe is 2 damage per mana. So I think 7 is fine. 7 mana, 4/5, common warrior weapon. Yeti Claws. I think I have some art for this. It doesn't like particularly look like Yeti Claws, but it's probably good enough. Just for a common warrior weapon. Cause like at 7 mana you could just play Gorehowl, and that's 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4, which is 28 damage to minions. This can all go face, of course, but I don't think any decks really care about that. And yeah, that Gorehowl is epic in this common. That's a good point. I think it's balanced at 7 mana though. Does it matter? I mean, I think like Gorehowl has that layer of complexity with the whole attacking costs, attack as a durability. I mean, rarity definitely does matter, but this is a lot simpler. This art is by Heart Studio. I believe they posted like a bunch of weapons on ArtStation. Yep, Heart Studio. This is another card that people are gonna see on the left in the card slideshow and be like, why did you make that on stream? We had an interesting discussion about damage and the value of 7 mana of a 4 or 5 weapon, so I think it was worth it. Does it always say type here? I feel like that's new. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Alright, what should we make now? I was gonna, after one of these streams soon, because we're about halfway through the month of my monthly streaming challenge, I was gonna like tally up the rarities that we've made and the class distribution, and maybe try to target some areas that we haven't made a ton of cards in, because I feel like I'm personally probably make way more epics than like Blizzard makes, obviously, because they only print like 27 epics per expansion, and I've probably made like way more than that. But anyway, maybe we'll just do a top down, because I don't have any ideas popping in my head for effects. Alright, a spell called Ring of Fire. One mana, Shaman rare, give all minions, whenever this attacks, take 1 damage. Shuffle minions in your hand into your deck, draw that many spells. Oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like a plot twist, but more selective. Or, not selective, I just like a different genre of plot twist. How do you utilize that? It's a tough card to utilize. I mean, not in a bad way, I'm just thinking. What kind of deck you run that in? Or what class would you put it in? I made a similar card on stream that's 5 mana druid spell, draw minions or spells until your hand has an equal amount of both. So I made that druid, or an aura, like you draw spells first. That's somewhat interesting. That might work on a neutral, just on like a neutral static minion, like a 2 mana 2/3 or something like that. Because it's kind of a side grade effect. Like sometimes you do want minions, sometimes you want spells. It would work cool or well with like a miracle deck. Or maybe like a druid, choose one. Choose one, you only draw minions, you only draw spells. Because then like combo druid could use it if they really need a minion, or like a miracle token Mechathune style druid could use it to get a bunch of spells. I think I'm kind of satisfied with the Shaman card as is. It's kind of like a delayed whirlwind. Minions will always get one more attack in if they're at 1 health. Because the whenever will make it so that it'll complete its attack. I'm almost certain. Actually, based on explosive trap, I don't think it would. You like the Ring of Fire? I'm wondering if this should be after this attacks, because then it'll allow minions to get one more attack in. Also, I would almost like to make this a warrior card, but I don't think it fits their class themes at all. Their flavor themes, at least. Because, like, self-damage shaman spells are not really a real thing. How would it work with spell damage? Probably not at all. Because it's just giving the minions that static effect instead of, like, the spell doing damage itself. So I don't think it works with spell damage. I mean, I think this is fine. Give all minions after this attacks take 1 damage. Yeah, so it's just like a delayed whirlwind. I don't think it would work like that. Because, like, It's really just an effect, you know? And like, would that be like an on play? So like if you had Malygos and you played this, would it become 6? And if Malygos died, would it remain 6 or would it go back to 1? I think it just stays at 1 no matter what, even if you do have spell damage. I'm gonna make this a Kobolds card. It feels Koboldsy. I kind of want to make a Hunter if your hand is empty card. Or maybe a shot spell. And stay dead. So, like, if a minion summon Death Rat, like has Death Rattle summon minions when they die. So like Carnivorous Cube. If you had a Warlock playing Void Lord and then they Carnivorous Cubed that and then you did and stay dead on the Carnivorous Cube, it would destroy the cube, and then it would destroy the Void Lords, and then it would destroy the Void Walkers. So it's like kind of a tech card, but more just like a destroy a minion card for Warrior with like a minor upside because they already have efficient removal and they probably don't need to run a 5-mana Assassinate. This art is by Eduardo Silva. I don't want to make it a Hunter minion. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of writing stuff down. Just kind of feeling it out. I'm not exactly sure. I want it to be not a Beast Hunter card. That's all I know. Maybe like a kind of control-y type of card. Or something like the... this is kind of a random comparison, but I really like that Fester Root Hulk card. It's kind of a random comparison, but I just think that card is a cool, like, mid-range card. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was actually thinking about Murlocs. What is this song from? Oh, this is the Witchwood theme. Interesting. I kind of like it. There's always a good old battle cry, choose a minion, summon a 1/1 Murloc to attack it. We've seen this about 1,000,000 times. But I'm wondering if there's a way to make it more interesting, maybe. Tuskars also have historically restored health. I think that's a pretty solidified theme in Hearthstone. You got Tuskar Jouster, you have Soup Vendor, and also Refreshment Vendor. So I know restoring health is definitely not a hunter theme, but if there's a way you can make it kind of flavorful. Summon something that restores health. I was also thinking restore, like a hunter way to do restore health would be restoring minions. Like, what about just like battle cry restore all friendly minions to full health? I think this kind of accomplishes what I wanted with just like a strong, like, just a strong like tempo blob, not tempo blob, but just like mid-rangey minion. I was thinking about only beasts, but at the same time, I don't think it really does anything for the mechanics or the flavor. Because like flavor-wise, he's just making, like, also we should change the name to be like more chef related now. But like he's just, you know, feeding and restoring health. Gourmet. Yeah, I was trying to think if there's like a specific name for like a pirate chef. I feel like there is like a name that refers to the like nautical, nautical cook, but like a better name. Rolls off the tongue more, but like oh, interesting. Seas surrounding Northrend. I like that idea. Or where do Tuskars hail from? Oh yeah, the cold shores of Northrend. Or what about Whaler? I mean, obviously he's holding a fish, but like, whaling is apparently a thing for Tuskars. But I like the idea about seeds surrounding Northrend. So like, we'll replace the word nautical with that. So their capital is Cascala, which is on the coast of the Borean Tundra, which is on the far southwestern edge of Northrend, which... Come on. Alright. I'm just going to Google Northrend Sea and see if there's anything. I guess the North Sea is what it's called. Gotta go soon. Well, thanks for stopping in. Feel free to take off whenever. This is probably gonna be my last card, so you're not missing much. This freewheeling whaler. Oh, like something to do with blubber. So blubber something. I like blubber baron, but. Right, the Hosen Healer, 4-mana 2/6. And that card was kind of bad. I think 4-mana 3/5 class card is probably fair. Generous gourmet. Can actually like that, yeah. Generous gourmet. I always like when Blizzard uses words that are nouns that aren't really nouns, so I kind of like this. 4-mana 3/5. I guess we'll keep it neutral. Can you hear that? That's funny. Yeah, there's thunder in the background. That's funny. Generous Gourmet, 4-mana 3/5. Eduardo Silva. I'm trying to think of the flair, but I think other than that, this card is probably good. I like how it turned out. I don't think it fits anywhere directly, so cool. I'm a fan of this. I think it bends Hunter's class themes in a respectable way. Yeah, watch out for blackout or internet disconnection. I think this is the 10th card of the day, so I'm gonna review the cards and then we should be good for the stream today. Alright, so let's see. We started out today with Mixology, which is a Discord Warlock, but also just cycle card. I think players, like, it generally is just fun to play because you have lots of options, and it works well with certain targeted discard effects, such as the High Priestess or Clutch Mother, stuff like that. Unnaturalized is a really weird class-bending card, but it's in Whispers of the Old Gods, so I think it gets a little leeway there. This Druid has also had seen a little bit of this card, but other than that, it's just kind of like a twist on Naturalize. Frostflake Djinn started as a very different card, or at least we just ironed out the effect to be freeze-related because it mechanically worked. Wow, you probably heard that. That was really loud. Yep, and you choose which card you discard. So Frostflake Djinn, yeah, it's just kind of like an oversetted neutral elemental, kind of a little bit of pack filler, but I think it's somewhat interesting. It has some synergies with Silence. Mayday Machine is intended to be a bit of a Alarmabot quote card, as I would call it. It's got the Alarmabot effect just on a battle cry, so it's basically a big card just for big decks. Probably not much to say there. Two-time champ. Oh, really? That's funny. Yeah, the internet's probably about to cut out, so Luckily, you're finishing up. But two-time champ, we were challenged with designing a hero power manipulation card. Surprised this effect has never been printed because it's pretty functional, I think, and it works in like 8 out of the 9 classes. And yeah, I think it's pretty flavorful and thematic to TGT. Also, could have worked in Knights of the Frozen Throne, but I think it works better with Inspire than it does with Death Knight hero cards. So yeah, Garbus the Devourer is a twist on Warlock self damage. I don't really like this card because it kind of anti-mechanics certain self-damage effects like Hooked Reaver and some of the Witchwood Duskbat cards, stuff like that. So I'm not a huge fan of this card. I think it's more of a proof of concept, but I don't think Blizzard would ever print anything like this. Flightless Pterodax is another pack filler. Can't attack heroes until this has killed a minion. So the idea is that it's like flightless and you have to get it off the ground, basically. Yeti Claws, we kind of theory crafted how much a 4 or 5 weapon would cost. I think 7 is a pretty good fit. And for Warrior, you can use it to go phased. Gorehowl is also just like a probably better option, but it's a common kind of just like a card to ease players into the idea of like, I don't know, what a weapon is used for, because it's hard to go phased with this. Ring of Fire is a Shaman AoE-ish spell. You can use it to kind of like slowly whittle down like 1 and 2 health enemy minions. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about Ring of Fire. That's probably really loud. Generous Gourmet. Okay, final card. Yeti Claws. What about it? Did I spell it wrong? I spelled it right. Or just like Santa Claus, Yeti Claws. Yeah, the rain hitting my window. Yeah. Generous Gourmet. I kind of wanted to design a card that used Restore Health on Hunter in a Hunter way, and I think this is a good way to do it because they're a minion-based class, and if anyone was to get a Restore all friendly minions to full health, I think it would be Hunter or maybe like Shaman or something like that. And I think it's pretty flavorful to the Tuskar kind of healing sub-theme they have in Hearthstone. So yeah, that's probably it for the stream. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the feedback. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later.